In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a full guide on how to lower your body fat percentage. So, you should know the difference between losing weight and losing body fat before we get started. When you are just losing weight, you can lose weight from getting rid of fat, muscle, water, body mass. But if you're just trying to cut and lose fat, you are just losing weight from getting rid of the fat. So that's the difference, okay? So if you want to lose weight, all you have to do is just eat less and just move more, alright? But if you're trying to lose fat and maintain the muscles that you have to look more muscular and jacked and aesthetic, then follow this guide and I guarantee you that you will going to just lose fat and maintain your muscle and look as aesthetic as possible. So I've been cutting for a couple of times during my fitness journey, and I'm pretty well versed in how to lose fat and build muscle and maintain and just look aesthetic. So the first thing is you have to work out. You have to do some sort of resistance training, some sort of strength training. Now, the reason why you have to work out is because you're sending signals to your body that we need these muscles. We need muscles for our body because the activity that we're doing requires us to keep the muscle. So let's say you don't work out and you are just doing cardio and you are eating less. The thing is, you're sending signals to your body that, alright, since we're not going to be activating and stimulating our muscles or doing anything to create any muscles, then we don't need them. Let's get rid of it. Boom. So you lose weight from losing muscle. So that's why it's very, very crucial and important that you do some sort of resistance training or some sort of strength training. So get a program online. I'm sure there's a lot of free programs online you can find, and make sure you work out. Okay? So if you don't work out, then you're gonna lose muscle. If you're not giving your muscles a reason to stay, then they won't. Alright? Think of it that way. So work out. And the second thing is protein. We need a high protein diet. What I mean by high protein is it doesn't have to be like a tremendous amount. I'd say the most recommended amount is 1 gram per pound of body weight. So whatever you weigh, eat 1 gram of body weight sorry, I'm confusing myself. So eat 1 gram per pound of your body weight. So if you weigh about 180 pounds, then you'll eat 100 grams of protein. Or if you weigh 200, then 200 grams of protein. Or just don't worry about the per pound of body weight and just do what I do. Either I consume about 100 to 150 grams of protein, and that's good enough. That's what I do. Alright, so high protein diet. And the thing about high protein diet is it keeps you more satiated. The more high in protein that your diet is, the more satiated that is going to keep your body, which prevents you from eating a lot of junk and getting fat. You know what I mean? Which will make your cut a lot easier. So make sure you have a high protein diet. Just make sure you get in protein first before you get in any other macronutrients like carbs or fats. So if you have to eat anything, eat a high protein meal first before you eat anything else. And that'll help you, start things off on the right foot. So high protein diet. And then third thing is a calorie deficit. So in order for our body to lose fat, we have to lose weight, right? In order for us to lose weight, we have to be in a calorie deficit, which means consume less calories than you burn. So there's 2 ways you can go about that, which is do more cardio and be more active, or eat less food. I made a video about that in my channel somewhere, so you can go and look at that if you want to know what I mean by those 2 things. So be on a calorie deficit. And the fourth thing is have patience. Just like how the pyramid isn't built in a day, your body's not going to be lean and jacked in a day also. It needs time. Great things take time. Patience is virtue. You know what I mean? So have the patience and trust the process, and that you're going to get there eventually. But sometimes we lose motivation and we think that we're not making any progress because we aren't getting any results fast enough, and that's how a lot of people mess up and just give up. But the ones that can really stick it through it, when they're not seeing any progress, those are the ones that are going to get the greatest results ever. You know what I mean? So be patient. And the last thing is progressive overload. Whatever type of training that you're doing, make sure that you're always pushing yourself. I'd recommend weights. Although you can work out with just calisthenics and just do push-ups and pull-ups, but I feel like weights are more effective into preserving your muscles. because with weights you can go heavy. And I know a lot of people get the misconception that in order for us to cut and get lean, we have to lower our weights and do higher reps, which is far from the truth. The truth is, if you are not stimulating your muscles enough, then it'll be thrown out. You know what I mean? Like if you are going heavy and you are training regularly with heavy weights and your body is used to that weight, that's how we put our muscle. Our body adapts to our physical activity. So if you're going heavy, squatting 300 pounds, benching 300 pounds, whatever it is, and you lower that weight, now your body has to adapt to that new routine to where, okay, we're not going heavy no more, so we don't need this much muscle, let's get rid of it. You know what I mean? So that's why it's very important, if you want to preserve your muscle and lose as minimal muscle as possible, you have to always stay at the same weight or always try to get stronger. And if you're not using any weights, then you would always want to keep your workout intensity at the same level or higher. So always push yourself, either through heavier weight or higher reps. You know what I mean? Like if you are usually benching, like I said, 275 pounds and you lower it and that's your new weight, then you're gonna, lose muscle because your body's gonna adapt to it. So always maintain your strength or get stronger, which is progressive overload. And those are the 5 keys that you have to keep in mind. Let me see if I remember them. Oh, dang, I forgot the first one. All right, first one is, what was the first one? Was it protein? No, that was second. Dang. Okay, first one was you have to work out. You have to give your body a reason to hang on to muscle and keep the muscle. You have to do some sort of strength or resistance training, okay? Number 2, high protein diet. Make sure you consume a lot of protein. I would say 100 to 150 grams of protein or anywhere in between. That's what I do. And number 3, you have to be on a calorie deficit so you can lose weight. You have to let your body get rid of some things, which we're targeting the fat. We're trying to manipulate our body to get rid of fat, right? And the only way it gets rid of fat is by losing weight, which we have to be on a calorie deficit. So either be on a calorie deficit by increasing your physical activity or eating less food. And the 4th thing is have patience and be consistent. Rome and the pyramid was not built in a day. Your body is not going to get jacked and aesthetic in a day. Give it time, okay? And trust the process. And number 5, progressive overload. Always make sure you are training at the same intensity every time as you were before. Always push yourself. Always try to get stronger or maintain your strength. And those are the 5 things to keep in mind. And if you follow those 5 things that I told you, you will lower your body fat percentage. And it helps if you keep track of your progress. So I would say you should be losing at least 2 to 3 pounds a week or 1 pound. It doesn't matter as long as you're losing weight throughout the week. So if the first week you're losing 2 pounds, you're at a good rate. As long as you are strength training, progressive overloads, always trying to get stronger, and consuming a high protein diet, and being consistent, and calorie deficit. If you're following those 5 things, you will lower your body fat percentage and become more aesthetic and more muscular and more jacked. And people will be impressed with you from your photos under good lighting and a pump.